Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. It's Joy. On this side of YouTube, I like to teach you how to never have a bad hair day. Again, why? Because every day can be a good hair day. I am a licensed cosmetologist in the state of Washington, and today I'm going to be talking to you about why your hair is dirty, nasty. Ooh, I'm sorry. I know that lots of you are ready to throw tomatoes. I'm just trying to help you out. I'm sorry. The main question that I get asked as a cosmetologist is, why is my hair so dry? Particularly from people who look like me and from people who have hair like me and from people who have curly hair, 4C hair, 4B hair, any person in the curl category. That's the main question that they ask me. So today I'm going to be showing you guys 5 different reasons why you may have dry hair. Now, before you throw the tomatoes, hold up, wait. Before you throw the tomatoes, I just need to let you know that you having dry hair may be caused to other issues. If you are straightening your hair, if you have any chemicals on your hair, if you have color on your hair, anything that you're using to manipulate your hair can cause dry hair. And that is a whole other subject and topic. Right now, I'm talking to my girls who are exclusively natural, who are completely against the flat iron, and who love their curls, and who are 100% virgin hair. Because there's a lot of you guys on YouTube, and this is actually applicable to any girl with 4C hair who has curls, even if you have color. Like, a lot of the things I'm telling you kind of will go hand in hand with that. But just, you know, just to clear some things up, a lot of these things are applicable to every case and every situation. I highly recommend that you go to a licensed hairdresser in your area to talk about what your hair may need or what you're doing wrong with your hair. Okay? Okay. Now, moving on. Let's start with the first thing. The very first thing I ask my client as soon as they sit down in my chair, and I have to warn you guys that a lot of the clients that sit down in my chair deal with scalp issues, and a lot of that is due to them putting grease on their scalp. Of course, there could be underlying health problems. It might be the medicine they're taking, or there's something going on in their body, or it's something the body may need. And a lot of the times I do recommend my clients go see a dermatologist because they're the ones that specialize with skin. But the very first thing I typically ask my client is, are you putting oils, are you putting butters, and are you putting greases in your hair and on your scalp? And especially for my clients that look like me, it's typically 100% yes, because that's the way we've been taught, that's the way we've been raised, that's how we saw our aunts, our moms, our grandmas, everyone within our home put grease on their hair, oils on their hair, and butters on their hair. And a lot of those people suffered from having scalp issues and dry hair. Well, hopefully after this video you'll know better. Now that I hope that you know better, you're going to do better through the education I'm about to provide for you. So your scalp is going to be the main thing that you want to look after if you're trying to get healthy hair and moisturized hair. And your scalp is an extension of your face. Like your face skin, literally that's the same exact type of skin on your scalp. It's no different at all. So you wouldn't put grease, and you'd put some oils on your face, but you wouldn't put like butters or heavy things like that onto your face. Why? Because they clog your pores. Your scalp is a living, breathing organism. It needs to be able to breathe. When you put grease in it, you're feeding all the bacteria that's on there. You're causing your scalp to dry out and produce flakes and dandruff, and for you to constantly be itching your scalp, and that create a lot of different scalp issues. So I would highly recommend leaving the greases alone. And if you need something to replace the grease, let me show you guys. If you're looking to replace the grease, I would highly recommend the Matrix Tension Reliever. This is actually made for your scalp, and it's actually soothing. It has peppermint, it has menthol, it has biotin, it has avocado oil, and it has proteins. It's supposed to relieve the feeling of tension when you put your hair in protective styles or tight styles. But I put this whenever I'm doing a sew-in or I'm installing a wig in all my clients' hair. And I also use this personally myself when I have wigs in or when I feel like I need to oil my scalp. This is a serum. You would put a serum on your face, so you could put a serum on your scalp. This is going to be lightweight. It's not going to feed any of that bacteria in your on your scalp, and of course it's going to address the issue of dryness and itchiness. And trust me when I tell you guys, I always describe it as it feels like your scalp is breathing. You're gonna get a nice tingling sensation, like the mix of the peppermint and the menthol in this product. Chef's kiss. I highly recommend using this if you're looking for something to put on your scalp. Now let's get to the oils and the butters. Yes, I recommend oils, but I don't recommend the oils that are in your kitchen cabinet. Not coconut oil, not olive oil, especially not castor oil. None of those oils are meant for your hair. Oils that are in the kitchen are meant for your frying pan and for your food. Oils that you find at some of these beauty supply stores aren't meant for your scalp. They're not good for your scalp. Your hair. You have to think about your hair cuticle as a living, breathing organism. It opens and it closes, it opens and it closes. When it opens, that means it wants to receive all the water, all the nutrients, and any type of moisture that you may need. And once it closes, it's to protect and seal that moisturizer up. So if you didn't know this, if you believe you have low porosity hair, you do not. You have high porosity hair if you look like me and if you have curly hair. You automatically have high porosity hair. This is how your hair cuticle sits. I'm gonna put up pictures, but your hair cuticle actually spreads out, and that's why your hair is frizzy, that's why your hair is curly, and that's why it defies gravity, is because of the way your hair cuticle naturally splits. So if you're putting oils, if you're putting butters, you're closing that cuticle shut and sealed, and you're preventing it from receiving any water and any moisture and any type of any type of moisture. You're not allowing your hair to be soft. Essentially, you're forcing your cuticle to be closed, which is forcing it to be low porosity. Naturally, if you are black and you have curly hair, you are automatically high porosity because that's the way your hair is built. So the only thing that's going to provide moisture to your hair is always going to be water. Water first, water first, water first. If you have curly hair, your hair loves water. That's why your cuticle sits out and it's open and it's always ready and willing to receive water. You do not need to be sealing your cuticle shut with oils and butters. The oils and butters, because your hair cannot get access to the moisture, that's why your hair feels so dry. Yes. So and the best way you can see if your hair is truly low porosity and you're forcing it into that state by putting oils and butters into your hair is by doing a test. I would get water, I would get under my shower, or I'd get a spray bottle and I would spray my hair. And if you see beads of water just sitting on top of your hair and not penetrating through to your hair, then you definitely have forced your hair to be low porosity. Your hair is not receiving the moisture that it needs, and it's not receiving any ingredients that it needs, and you're essentially causing your hair to be dry. So the best way to repair this, I would highly go in with Inner Sense's detox mask, and I'll provide it here. I personally haven't tested it out, but I've seen a lot of professionals in my area use it, and they say it's really good to just have a nice reset to your hair. And the next thing I would go out and buy is a clarifying shampoo. I would get Undo Goo, that is the strongest. That's gonna be the strongest clarifying shampoo, and this isn't something that's gonna happen like your hair is gonna start receiving moisture all of a sudden. You've been layering your hair with oils, butters, and creams for the longest time, so you're gonna have to be doing that at least 1 to 2 times a month, just using clarifying shampoo, and to quit using the oils and the butters. Now, when I talk about oils, I'm talking about the ones that you're finding in your kitchen and at your local beauty supply store. I'd highly recommend, if you truly do want to use oils, you're gonna want to get them from like name brand companies like Olplex, Matrix, and K18. They all have really good oils that I would highly recommend. Oils that are at the beauty supply store and in your kitchen, the reason I'm telling you not to use them is because their molecular size hasn't been broken down enough for it to penetrate into your hair cuticle. Their molecular size is a lot bigger. So the molecular size of the oils at the beauty supply and in your kitchen are a lot bigger, to the point that they're not penetrating your hair cuticle. Instead, they're just sitting on top of your hair, causing it to become low porosity and causing you to not receive the type of moisture that your hair needs and deserves. So if I'm going to list out everything down below that I recommend. So now, number 2, you're not using the right products, and you're probably not using your products correctly. So if you go to the store, you'll see a lot of shampoos and conditioners that will say fine hair, for thick hair, for curly hair, for coarse hair, or things like that. And a lot of you guys will just pick up a shampoo thinking that everything is the same, when it's not. It's not at all. If you have coarse hair, if you have thicker hair, high density hair, and you're picking up a shampoo that's meant for someone with fine textured hair, you're most likely going to get a shampoo that doesn't have a ton of moisture in it, and you're going to get a conditioner that is very, very light, aka not working for your hair at all. Because if you have curly hair, you definitely need a moisturizing shampoo and a moisturizing conditioner, and a conditioner and a shampoo set made for fine hair babes. Yeah, that's not gonna be it. That's not gonna it's not gonna do its job, and it's not gonna clock in because it wasn't meant to be working for you. So you want to pay attention to the shampoos and the conditioners that you're using. Yeah, you definitely want to make sure that they're made and they're created for your hair type. Of course, with shampoos and conditioners, it's kind of like a trial and error type of thing. Loma and Amika are the ones I'm going to recommend for now, because those are like my top 2 right now. So the second reason why you may have dry hair is because you're not using the right products. I remember when Olplex was going through their lawsuit, and it was because it was breaking people's hair off. The thing is though, is that was never on Olplex. That was on y'all. Influencers told you had to go out, you had to use a shampoo that is absolutely amazing, when in reality it wasn't meant for them and it wasn't meant for you. Olplex is a shampoo that's going to be protein rich, and it's going to be made to repair the bonds of your hair after you've had any type of chemical service. If you have a relaxer, if you have bleach, or if you have any type of color on your hair, that's when Olplex goes in and does its magic. If you are someone who just wears their hair curly naturally, your hair most likely is healthy, but once again, you're probably just not using the right products. So by you using Olplex when your hair doesn't need the protein, when it doesn't need the bond builders again, it's going to just snap. It's going to break out. It's going to fall out because that product wasn't meant for you. You need to make sure you're using products that are actually meant for you. The best way to know if a product is going to be meant for you, I would highly recommend you go to a licensed cosmetologist or hairdresser in your area so that they could recommend products made for you. Not only is it going to be cheaper in the long run, so then you're not testing things out and they're not working, they're most likely going to point you in the best direction of what products to use. There are so many products out there that it can sometimes get confusing, and having a guiding hand is going to be better for you in the long run. And you could always, a lot of consultations for hairstylists are free, so I would just book a consultation and be like, hey, what are my hair needs? And then I would buy those products from the salon, not from Amazon, not from Jeff Bezos, just so that you could show a little bit of support. And I would never buy hair products from Amazon, just because you never know who the distributor of those products are. They could easily be getting them from TJ Maxx or something and giving them to you, and a lot of those products are fake. Sorry to tell you, but yeah, they're fake. They usually refill them with other things, or they're expired, so they shouldn't be used in your hair anyway. Another thing you should focus on is making sure that you're reading how to use a product properly. The manufacturer has created those directions for a reason. They've tested it a million times and they know how their product's gonna work and what it's gonna take to make it work. So if you're doing other things that, if you're doing things that aren't in the directions, or you're using too much or using too little, you're not going to use the product with the right efficacy. I hope I'm using that word right, but it's not going to be effective within the routine if you're using the product wrong. So I'd make sure that I'm always using that product right. So now number 3, not washing your hair as often or correctly. Yeah. So I see a lot of wash day routines out there, and I think the scariest thing that has happened on TikTok for me this year was when a girl was like, I haven't washed my hair in 8 months. Wash my hair with me. Are you kidding me? Like, I don't know how people, and this is no judgment because this is just me personally, after a week I just have to wash my hair. I have to wash my hair. My scalp gets itchy. My hair is just destroyed. I cannot last that long without washing my hair. I feel like that's so insane. But I also know that washing our hair can be a little bit intimidating for us, especially with how long it could take. But washing your hair needs the moisture. So, and the best way for your hair to receive moisture is going to always be through water. And the best way to get your hair to get that water isn't going to be through a spray bottle. It's going to be through a shower or through a basin at your hairdressers or in a sink, wherever you get your water source. That's going to be the best way to wash your hair. So I would highly recommend washing your hair at least, if you look like me, once a week. At least once a week. And I'm not gonna lie, when I have protective styles in, I do not wash my hair just because I know the braids will take forever to dry. And I could just I just usually use a serum to oil my scalp and stuff, but I will not leave my protective style braids in for longer than a month. As soon as the month is over, I have a whole entire routine that I do to just get my hair back to moisture, especially if you're putting oils and butters and all that stuff in your protective styles. I feel like that just agitates your scalp and causes your hair to be even more dirty. So I would just let the protective style do its job and protect, and not add anything else in there. And if it's really starting to itch and bother you, that it's time for that protective style to come out. It's time for it to go. But I would highly recommend her. She's gonna let your protective style last a lot longer and prevent any itching and flaking and all that stuff. So I would recommend that you wash your hair once a week, and that's really going to help provide your hair with proper moisture. Now let's talk about us not washing our hair properly. Your guys' wash day routines scare me, like absolutely scare me. I know that we have a lot of misinformation on YouTube and from influencers and from people who claim to know how they're doing hair. That's no tea, no shade, but you guys need to truly listen to the professionals, the people who've studied your hair, who have lived in your hair. And a lot of the people on YouTube are doing their own hair. So not everything that works for their hair is going to work for your hair. Whereas a hairdresser who works on many different types of heads, many different types of textures, many different types of, from unhealthy hair to healthy hair, different types of levels of hair, I would trust them before I trusted a YouTuber, just because they've been exposed to more and they've seen more, and they test products out basically on an everyday basis, so they know what's going to work for you. So I would highly recommend using a hairstylist to teach you how to wash your hair. I would ask my hairdresser, how should I wash my hair and what products do I need if I was you guys. I see a lot of people doing this thing called co-washing. And I'm not gonna lie, I used to do it too, you know, before I was educated. But co-washing is essentially where you just take conditioner, you go under the water, and you just wash your hair with conditioner, because apparently shampoo is evil and it's not good for our hair, when it's actually the best thing for your hair. Shampoo is going to help cleanse your scalp, because once again, your scalp is going to be the most important thing that you take care of in order for you to have healthy hair and not dry hair. Your shampoo is meant for your scalp. So when you wash your scalp, you're allowing it to breathe, you're taking out all the dirt that's within those pores, and as it runs down the length of your hair, then it grabs onto all the oils and other stuff that it needs while it's going down the drain. And then I would go back in with your shampoo again. So you want to make sure you're shampooing 2 times. So shampoo again. Once you're done with that second round of shampoo, go in with a deep conditioner or a conditioner, and you guys can actually follow what the directions on the package say, depending on how much hair you have on your hair. If you have a little bit of hair on your head, I would say a dime size is perfect. If you have more than that, I would do like 2 pumps. The key to getting your conditioner to truly to truly get a nice slip using your conditioner, I would actually put the conditioner in my hair. I wouldn't put it on your scalp. I would put it through the ends, and I would work it in through the ends and all over your hair. Just don't get it on your scalp. And then I would go lean back into my shower and get a little bit more water, and then I would comb it through. That just allows your conditioner to work a lot harder and for you to use a lot less product, because your conditioner is going to grab a hold of all the moisture and just put it into your hair. And it's also going to create a lot more slip by just adding some more water to the conditioner that's already in your hair. I feel like I'm explaining that in the most complicated manner, because I don't know how to exactly translate that for you, but I hope you guys got that. So that's just going to help your conditioner go further and really penetrate into your hair cuticle. The next thing I would say is buy a clarifying shampoo. If you are a black woman, if you have curly hair, you need a clarifying shampoo. Not only does that strip us of the unnecessary minerals, the oils and butters and stuff that we use in our hair, that you're not supposed to use, but if you are using, you're gonna definitely need a clarifying shampoo. And you definitely need a clarifying shampoo when you come out of Protective Styles. I'm going to list below a couple of my favorite clarifying shampoos. If you have lighter hair, or if you put like gel and stuff in your hair, I would highly recommend Amika's clarifying shampoo. It's called Reset, and it's in a cute pink bottle. It smells really, really good, and it's a really light clarifying shampoo just for the days that you don't need a lot of strippage, but you've just put a ton of gel in your hair and you just want to make sure you get that out thoroughly. I would use that. The next one I would recommend if you have color treated hair is definitely going to be K18, because they have peptide bond builders in there, so you could be clarifying your hair while you're repairing your hair. So once you get your wash day routine down, I would highly stick to that. I'd make sure I'm washing my hair often, I'd make sure I'm clarifying often, and I would make sure that I have an effective wash day routine. That's all gonna help you prevent dry hair. Now to our last and final point, 5. I know that we're all scared of haircuts, but I would highly recommend you go in and get a haircut at least every 6 weeks, even if it's just a trim. This is going to make sure we're getting rid of those dead ends, and we're allowing the cuticles, once they need to close to seal that moisture, stay closed. When you don't cut the ends of your hair off, it doesn't matter what you do, it doesn't matter what oils you put on it, it doesn't matter how much K18 or Olplex you use, those ends are still going to be open, and they could split and keep splitting all the way up to where the root is, and you don't want that, because now that whole entire hair cuticle is no good, and it's just gonna fall out, and it's just going to cause your hair to be even more drier. You want to make sure that you're getting those ends off at least every 6 weeks. I highly recommend you go to a licensed cosmetologist once again to get that done, because they're going to let you know exactly how much of your hair you need cut off, and the more often you go, the less hair that you're going to need to cut off. The less often you go, the more hair you're going to have to keep cutting off. It doesn't matter if you're natural, if you don't put chemicals, if you don't straighten your hair needs a haircut. I've had some clients come into the salon who've never had a haircut before, and they were coming in for a basic silk press that should only take at least 1 hour to do, and because they hadn't washed their hair and they had never had haircuts before, and it took a 1 hour service into a 6 hour service. And I just don't want that for you guys. You guys have other things to do. You have other things to worry about. And if you don't take care of your hair, those are the types of positions it can land you in, is to having to stay in the salon for longer hours just to repair your hair enough. I would highly recommend haircuts and making sure that you are with a trusted cosmetologist who's going to teach you how to navigate your hair. And if you feel like you can't trust your cosmetologist, there's so many other people ready to get their hands into your hair and preventing you from having a bad hair day. So those are all the tips I have for you today. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know in the comments down below. Share your opinions. Have you been using oils and butters? Have you stopped and seen a difference? Have you started using clarifying shampoos? What exactly is your wash day regimen? I'd like to know, and I can let you know if you're messing up your hair. So anyway, I will see you guys in my next video, and don't forget, every day can be a good hair day. Bye.